Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So we want to talk about a couple of things this week. If you've driven by City Hall in the last few months, you've noticed a big difference. Whereas a few years ago, City Hall had peeling paint and scaffolding above the front entrance and trees that were overgrown and just a general shoddy appearance. Things are greatly different now, tremendously different now because of the hard work of our folks at DFFM, as well as some of the work that our CFO's office has done to make those changes possible. So now we see a facade that is completely restored to its original splendor. All the brownstone was redone, and the entranceway. The plantings are top-notch. We really want our City Hall to be becoming of our city and to reflect the importance of the place. And it's not to say that it's being gold-plated. It's not to say that we put in expensive improvements. It just should look sharp, and I think we've achieved that, and I'm very proud of that. And there's a lot of work, similar work being done on the inside, which we'll talk about. But one of the things that we're very proud of is the role that the so-called ESCO agreement has played. ESCO stands for Emergency Services Contract. We have a private vendor, the Siemens company, that we've done a great deal of work with. Siemens is a big corporation. They're often called the General Electric of Europe. And what they do in a lot of places, a lot of cities, is they'll come in and retrofit buildings and other city facilities with energy efficient technology. The reason we do this is to save money. So when you see new LED lights out on the street poles, and we've replaced all of them with LED, or the brand new windows in City Hall and many of our other city buildings and new boilers, we're reinvesting in the city's physical plant, and we're doing it in a way that will save the city money in the long run and actually add some beauty to the place. So if you go by City Hall at night now, you see it being uplit here in the Christmas season with green and red lights. Those are all LED or built into this ESCO agreement, and they make the place look nice. And so we're really marrying up efforts to save the city money as well as to make the place look sharp all at once. And I think we're really proud of the look of the place and how we've been able to achieve savings for taxpayers. So next time you come by City Hall, check it out. There's still some more work to be done, but I think you'll be proud of what you see. Secondly, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of our efforts to combat homelessness in the city. We just received a $1.7 million grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to facilitate the homeless service provider network services to homeless folks in our city. The city is part of that network, and along with a number of very hardworking nonprofit groups, to not just put the roof over the heads of people, which they need. That's the starting point, but it's not the ending point. We want folks who have lost their homes, especially those who are out on the street, to get back on track, to become self-sustainable. We want them to get whatever services they need, whether it's substance abuse services, whether it's job training, whether it's other things. Because the idea is that putting a roof over someone's head isn't going to work if they continue to struggle with other things. So this money is going to help us a lot, and I think it dovetails really well with the opening of the new shelter on Division Street last year, which is housing people in a way that's more effective than ever in the city. People who are on the street have a place to go now, available beds. And we've gotten the word out with the help of Catholic Social Services that runs the shelter to those who need a place to stay. So we're really making some progress in this area, because homelessness is a really tricky issue, especially in the wintertime. And here in New Bedford, fortunately, we have our act together and are doing something about it. And of course, it requires folks who are homeless to come on in. And I think that's probably the hardest point. There are some people out there still who, despite efforts on the part of the city, still don't want to avail themselves of services. So we're going to keep trying, because I think it's the right thing to do. Until next week, I hope you enjoy your Christmas holiday. Christmas is a time where families come together And I hope that everybody in our city has an opportunity, to have a special moment with their family members in this Christmas season. This year has been a great year for New Bedford, and it's winding down now. And I really look forward to my time with my family, and I wish you and your family the very best this holiday season.